Donkey Skin by Andrew Lang, from the Grey Fairy Book. There was once upon a time a king who was so much beloved by his subjects that he thought himself the happiest monarch in the whole world, and he had everything his heart could desire. His place was filled with the rarest of curiosities, and his gardens with the sweetest flowers, while in the marble stalls of his stables stood a row of milk-white Arabs with big brown eyes. Strangers who had heard of the marvels which the king had collected, and made long journeys to see them, were, however, surprised to find the most splendid stall of all occupied by a donkey with particularly large and drooping ears. It was a very fine donkey, but still, as far as they could tell, nothing so very remarkable as to account for the care with which it was lodged, and they went away wondering, for they could not know that every night, when it was asleep, bushels of gold pieces tumbled out of his ears, which were picked up each morning by the attendants. After many years of prosperity, a sudden blow fell upon the king in the death of his wife, whom he loved dearly. But before she died, the queen, who had always thought first of his happiness, gathered all her strength and said to him, "Promise me one thing. You must marry again. I know for the good of your people as well as of yourself. But do not set about it in a hurry. Wait until you have found a woman more beautiful and better formed than myself." "Oh, do not speak to me of marrying," sobbed the king. "Rather let me die with you." But the queen only smiled faintly, and turned over on her pillow and died. For some months the king's grief was great. Then gradually he began to forget a little, and besides, his counsellors were always urging him to seek another wife. At first he refused to listen to them, but by and by he allowed himself to be persuaded to think of it, only stipulating that the bride should be more beautiful and attractive than the late queen, according to the promise he had made her. Overjoyed at having obtained what they wanted, the councillors sent envoys far and wide to get portraits of all the most famous beauties of every country. The artists were very busy and did their best, but alas, nobody could...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?